Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start off our meeting, and then we'll get you on the agenda, which shouldn't be very long, we'll read the.
You got it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Great.
Pledge of allegiance, stand. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First up, we'll have the approval of minutes from our July 21st department head meeting. Any questions, concerns?
I'll make the motion to approve minutes.
Tim, thank you for the motion. Is there a second?
I second.
Crystal, thank you for the second. All those in favor of approval of the minutes as presented, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. And so that passes. Next up, we'll have the approval of claims. We'll start off with the payroll for the period ending July 25th. Any questions or concerns over it? All right, hearing none, is there any motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the payroll July 25th, 2025.
Anything from the motion, is there a second?
Second.
All right, thank you for the second. All those in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And so that passes. Move on to the accounts payable for the period ending August 4th.
Motion to approve accounts payable ending August 4th.
Okay, Tim, thank you for the motion, is there a second?
I second.
Crystal, thank you for the second. All those in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. And so that passes. Okay. We'll move on to old business, and we will conduct a meeting with the Plainpool Playground presentation. A lot of P's. You guys still hear us?
Sure can.
Okay, we've got you up on the big screen as well as the laptop.
Wonderful. My name's Brian Deshawn, and I'm the Southern.
Maybe shut the speakers off on, we're hearing a real bad echo, are you guys?
We are not, but
We'll shut one of ours off.
can
Can you
you,
hear us now?
we can hear you, can you hear us?
You can hear us. I can't hear you right now, but there's no backflash in my face, so
Okay,
we'll go with that for right now.
okay.
My name is Brian Deshawn, and I'm the Southern Indiana sales rep for Play Pros. We represent landscape structures, aquatics, and Skyway Shade, along with Dumore Site Furnishings and RCP Shelters. Justin Mose is with us today. He's one of the business owners, and I'm going to let him kind of give you an idea on Play Pros and what we've been doing for the last few years.
Yeah, so we've been in operation for nearly 10 years. We have bought an existing company that had been around since about 2009 called Countryside Play Structures. That was a landscape structures representative. And we have had the wonderful opportunity of being able to represent landscape structures and some of its sister companies here for the last about 9 years and almost 10 years. And it has been a wonderful ride. So it's a great company, employee owned company. The founder of Landscape Structures was a landscape architect whom retired and actually gave the company to nearly 800 employees, and they all have ownership in it, and they're just wonderful people. So we're really thrilled to be a part of it.
And I know we've been kind of working back and forth on a couple of designs for Brownstown Park, trying to get some things situated. If you want to, I can start showing my screen if that'd be okay, and kind of give you an idea of what we've had right now. So we kind of did a little redesign after hearing that you guys are gonna kind of switch some things up and move the shelter and the basketball court. So hopefully I have made this easy for everybody to see what we're planning. Okay, so phase one, which is this layout right here. And this is the one that we had discussed in the beginning, rather trying to leave the 2 to 5 area until more funds were raised. But this is the structure and the swings that we have currently here on the east side would be the wall for the baseball field. And then, as I understand, the basketball court's going to be moved over here. This is the large tree that sits at the south side of the current shelter. And this is the shelter, I believe, coming in off of the parking lot right here that you had considered. And then this is the existing volleyball court, obviously. So this is phase one. This is kind of what we think that we're going to try to make happen this year. If that works for everyone that's in the room. I didn't get to meet everybody, but and then I kind of like, so this area is going to be all green, and I don't know how everybody feels about that, but this is preliminary. This is something that we can all change. Since we're doing engineered wood fiber at this point to save costs, we can do this all the way into November, December. But if we were going to do a surfacing at this time, we would need to get it ordered very, very, very soon to try to get surfacing in before the middle of October due to the adhesive not sticking together during those colder temperatures. So go ahead, and if you want, open your mic if you have anybody has any questions about this design or layout, and then I can go through pricing.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm muting the TV. Does anybody have any questions at this time? Okay. I think we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and mute us and undo the TV.
So then, like we discussed from the beginning, this would be the first phase. I had talking with Annie, Carlin, and things like that. We were trying to discuss what would be the best to get the money spent that you had currently. I did take out one of the spinners, so this would be the Volo with shade, and I'll show you some renderings here shortly. And then the arch base swings with the flex swing and a couple molded buckets, or one molded bucket seat. And the cost for the swings and the structure, including freight equipment, would be $121,610. So that's not very far off from the goal that we had, from what I last understood. And then if we go here to the install quote, this $37,647 is the install of the equipment. Got a dumpster rental here, which we'll need for all the skids and the plastic and everything that we have to dispose of for that. Excavate for the site. This is something that we had also discussed, that this is something that somebody locally can do to save costs. If anybody's available to do that, we always suggest and encourage somebody local do it. To if somebody, lots of people have equipment to be able to do that kind of thing. And this would basically, we would come down and explain to whoever decided to excavate the site, explain what we need and how we would need it. and be there every step of the way to make sure that it was prepared for us when we got back. And then also the drainage is also something that could be done prior to save some money. So these two line items here, the 7,200 and the 6,900, we could, you could eliminate those costs if you had someone that wanted to come in and do that work. As far as the engineered wood fiber, to once we excavate that site down 12 inches below grade and install the drain, we would put in the 180 yards of engineered wood fiber, and that's the cost of that, which is $10,880. There will be a fabric underlayment underneath that to help with weed control as well. And then the black plastic borders, which we decided this might be the best way to go about. We talked about curbs, we talked about retaining wall. We don't need to do that at this point, especially if we're going to add on and do the 2 to 5 down the road and make that new as well. Then we could just use plastic borders and basically extend this out. This line here, you would extend out down to here. And I'll go ahead and show you that layout, which is this right here. So same layout as this is phase 1 up in here in the north right corner here, the structure that we've discussed and the swings. And then here's the spinner and the wee saw, which is like a 4-person seesaw that we put down here. And then this area would take over the existing 2 to 5 area that you have. This is where the proposed splash pad would go, possibly where the volleyball court is. And then above that would be the 2 to 5, which is currently there. But we would just extend this line down, pull the borders up and extend this out and install the new 2 to 5 area. So it all flows with the 5 to 12 over here. So I will give you some renderings. This is the phase 2. Let's go back to phase 1, actually. I'll show you so this is kind of how that's gonna look. It's awful spread out, but I would like to hear anybody's thoughts on having the basketball court right here, and I think it probably would be a decent idea to maybe have a fence, but I don't know if that's been discussed. And this is the Volo, and I really feel this is one of the, a couple of years ago came out with this structure that allows kids that are in wheelchairs to access this and crawl up on their own and actually get to go down slides. We recently have come out with a much larger structure that's 2 stories, almost 2.5, that you can do the same thing, but this is kind of the starter of that. And it's bigger than it looks. It's about 50 feet by 35, so it's much larger than it looks. And then it obviously it's probably 15 foot tall with the shades. So I know there was some question about size of the equipment. I think that this is really good for the spot, but open for suggestions, obviously. So this is just a little look at more, lots of climbing on the outside. It does have 3 slides. And then on the inside here, you can see this is all a prototype net system that LS Landscape Structures have recently come out with and patented. And this is going to be seen on a lot more of their pieces of equipment. It's quite nice. And then there's actually a hole where you can see she's climbing down in. You can roll underneath if you're in a wheelchair and or walk underneath and climb up through that hole and access all these activities here. And then this is just a little added extra. This little sign over here has some different birds from the area, and you can locate. It tells a little bit about each bird, and you can locate these birds on different areas of the play structure, which is kind of neat. It's kind of like a seek and find. And then this is kind of one of the things that struck me about this piece of equipment when we first saw it in Minnesota. This gives you different routes that allows you to kind of pick your choice of route and who can do it the fastest. And there are 5 different ones on here. I think it's one of the first times that I've seen that on a structure. Everybody can make their own, but for them to actually put that out there and give you the option and also challenge you to do those routes and maybe time yourself, it's just an added piece of play. So that's really neat. And then these are the swings that we had discussed. I know that we had talked about doing more swings, but with budget currently the way it is, or where we're at, from what I understand, we talked about 3 belt seats and a molded bucket seat, and then this flex swing, which can have 3 small children or 2 adolescents or 2 adults even. I actually played on this for the first time in Minnesota. The first year, it was pretty neat. Probably one of the best swings I've ever been on as an adult and or child. So this is, like I said, this is phase 1. This is what I think that we're wanting to try to get done by end of the year. And then phase 2 here is the 2 to 5 added, and then with the splash pad down here. So if you want to open it up for a minute. Did a lot of talking, so if anybody has any questions, it'd be great.
Is there any questions?
I do. What's kind of the life expectancy on the ropes, netting, the sunshade, anything a little bit more, or less durable than plastic?
All right, give me 1 second.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Shade, there's a 10-year warranty on those as far as wear and tear. They are not. So many people, I think, misinterpret what these shades are, and I'd be happy to give you some samples. But these are fire resistant. Snow and wind load is. They decided what that is per state code as they make these. In Dallas, or not at Dallas, but in Texas. And then as far as the equipment, the posts have a 100-year warranty. The other pieces have about a 20-year warranty. And rarely the ropes, I have seen Justin, he's been doing a little bit, he's a lot longer than me, but the ropes and the cables don't seem to, they're actually a stranded steel cable. They have 5 steel cables inside the nylon covering, and so you can't. They're indestructible. So Justin, I'll let you talk a little bit about some of that. But
the ropes that you see on like a lot of the vertical climbers are about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, and they do have the stranded steel cables inside of them. You could literally hang a pickup truck from the ropes. If you took a pair of 36-inch bolt cutters out and gave it your all to cut them, you would not cut them. Now, if you took a Sawzall out there with a metal blade on it, and your intention was to cut through it, you would be successful. But it would take quite a bit of effort to do it. The netting material that goes across that middle section is also has a steel cable on the inside of it, and it's thinner. It's like somewhere around 3/8 of an inch cable. It could be cut, if you want it, as any of this stuff can. If you wanted to cut a post in half, you can cut a post in half if you want to damage it. But we try to make it as vandal resistant. We do over-engineer. Some things seem like they're extremely heavy duty when you see them, but they're just built to last. We want this thing to last for 25 years. And so we make it out of the highest grade materials that we can find. And we do a lot of testing ahead of time on the resilience of those materials and making sure that they're something that's going to last and we're not going to have a big warranty issue, a few years down the road. So the netting, the neat thing about the netting too is that it can actually be repaired. So if somebody was to, get in there with a pair of side cuts or bolt cutters or something like that and snip something or, try to damage it in some way, we can piece in a small section. We have, we've adapted new clamps and fittings in order to do so. I could show the video of the Volo so you could see it in real life with kids playing on it, if you guys would like to take a few minutes to do that. Okay. Brian, I'm gonna share.
Okay, go ahead.
So anything that has really, really what do you basketball court?
Swapping the basketball court and the shelter.
Basketball court closer to the baseball field.
Right, because then that brings this way, because we have the basketball, and then you go out and you have the retaining wall on this. So it's cheaper to move the basketball court, because it's asphalt and this, and to build a whole retaining wall structure. So we're trying to figure out how to do that. But we don't want to tear down that nice tree. We're talking about a really nice shade tree, so.
Do you know about how close that slide comes out to the basketball court?
No, we can ask them.
That
We're
was
trying to
one-
figure out, Kevin seems to think, which, I don't play basketball, but Kevin seems to think we need the full court basketball, not half court. Because I know sometimes you were like, well, maybe we just need half court basketball. So it's gonna depend if we go full court or half court basketball, which I think we've all decided we can do full court since everybody plays it. We don't wanna get rid of the basketball court, because that's where everybody's at. But we need to try to make it affordable to have structure.
Okay, was there a question?
Yeah, we were just talking internally about kind of configurations of where the basketball court is there enough room? And then one of the questions was, one of the slides coming out, how close would that be to the edge of the basketball court? Hold on.
On safety usage zones. And so on the 8-foot slide, the one that's turning from the side, that has to be 6 feet from the edge there. A minimum of 6 feet.
My concern is the kids on the swing, somebody at the other end of the basketball court. Oh, you mean, okay.
Sorry. All right, go ahead.
You talked about a fence earlier. My concern would be a small kid on one of the swings and someone at the other end of the basketball court, last second shot has to be a full court shot and throws it down there and hits the kid on the swing. But I don't know how close you put the fence either. The fence to me is not, cosmetic is not going to look very nice. It's nice without one. But how close do you put it to the basketball court where you don't have someone get hurt going after the ball?
Yeah.
What's the distance between the, that's all open. What's the distance? What's the distance between the swings and the basketball court?
Yeah, originally we had, before I knew the basketball court was coming over here, I thought that the swings were gonna go parallel to the wall where the baseball field is, underneath that net that they just put up there. Now that we have this basketball court over here, this is kind of where we have, but in my opinion, the basketball court could go somewhere else. But I absolutely agree with what you're saying. This is something safety-wise. This is not a design that I wanted to put together. This is a design that I knew where the basketball court was considered putting. So I kind of arranged the play equipment in the area that you have available. this would not be my choice at all, honestly. But this is now knowing that the basketball court was going to go over here. We had to put something somewhere because you don't have much down that hill. On the north side of this structure here is when you start getting into that slope. So that's why we tried to keep everything this way. But I would agree with you on the basketball court that I didn't. If you've got another place to put it, you might want to.
Do we have any other place to put it? Most of our room is right there, it's
Right
it's
there.
tight.
I mean, you got the baseball field, what about a line drive? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can have a line drive hitting anybody, so it's,
The field's got a really tall fence.
It-
It would take them, I mean, there'll be balls that'll come over there, but.
right. I don't know, but if we move that back, then you're gonna have to move everything, shove everything that way, see what I mean?
Can you put the basketball court where 2 and 5 and the volleyball was, and then put the 2 and 5 over there?
Well, it was 2 and 5 would be, 2 and 5 was not the splash pad, the volleyball court was gonna be the splash pad.
Eventually the splash pad would be where the ball.
So, Brian, go to the next rendering of the 2 to 5, the whole thing, I guess, right there. So you're saying swap, put the basketball court over on this side and move the 2 to 5 there?
Yeah. Can you move 2 to 5 in the splash pad where the basketball court is, and put the basketball court where 2 and 5 and the splash pad is?
I don't know
He's
the
talking.
dimensions of a basketball court, but I don't know why you couldn't.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead.
Could,
That would be great if we could do that. The only thing that I do, does that net along that baseball fence, does that net go all the way down that side?
I thought it was just a portion.
It's the entire right field wall.
It's entirely,
It's all the way from corner to, center field.
that's all I'm thinking.
How tall? Oh gosh, it's 25,
It's
30
huge.
feet
Yeah,
tall,
it's-
it's tall.
So we're thinking 25, 30 feet for that wall.
I wouldn't worry about line drive getting
Yeah,
out.
so if they did hit it that far, it's going up. My fear was it would go on the splash pad. If they hit it that far, it's going over the splash pad if we put it where the basketball court is now and switch everything over. So we put the basketball court where the splash pad and 2 to 5 is and basically rotate everything over.
Does that affect anything else?
The only thing is, if we move that, and we can't afford a playground for age 2 to 5, you're cutting out that whole extra playground at this point.
Right, if you can't do the 2 to 5, we're cutting that out and we just gotta redraw it and decide where we're gonna put the, how we're gonna, we can definitely do it. I mean, you've got this area down here in the middle too. But I guess my thing also is this tree. It worked well for the basketball court, but, I don't wanna take that tree down. But, we might have issues with plumbing. Not quite sure. This just looked like the best area to come in off. It looked like you already had some plumbing or electrical that you had caught across the parking lot that I saw. But we can flip flop this easily, and I can do a different design and get it to you in a week, and we can look at something different if that's something you want to do. I guess more so we probably just need to decide on. I know that there's a bond, and then we need to decide when to get this order to get it in time for 25 pricing. That's my only thing, if that's what we want to do. But I can give you a new design by next week.
Did you figure out how much goals were, basketball goals? Like how much
You
were?
might re-say that, I was slow on the.
Did you have time to figure out how much basketball goals were? So if I could do the phase 1 plus the basketball court, how much I'd have in goals? Got the asphalt, but
Oh, how much in goals?
yeah. Didn't you say they're relatively?
Yeah, I can get you a quote on how much the basketball goals would be for sure. I think you're probably about 5,000 for 2 goals, and those are nice ones. Backboard, rim, posts.
Okay. I need to figure out too then how much, if we move that, say I got more costs in demolition.
If we move it.
Because see, I wasn't gonna demolish the volleyball court, I wasn't gonna demolish 2 to 5 yet, so I'm gonna have to figure out how much I'm gonna charge to demolish all that out.
Is it-
Could you put the swings? I mean, it would be.
I'm taking all of that out. Really hasn't been, fully decided. Are you guys thinking that, do you have, local businesses that would be willing to do that, or are you wanting us to do it?
No, we've got people that took out our old playground.
You do have others?
Yeah.
That would be it.
Okay.
Who does that? Who do you do the
Who
other?
did that? Cameron Birch, didn't he? Didn't he charge us $4,500? To take it and remove it and sod and put grass?
Are we pretty certain that the shelter, the middle shelter here, that's kind of, that we're gonna centralize everything around that? Is that kind of what I'm thinking?
Well, we need a new shelter, right, at some point, and where the shelter is existing, we can't put a shelter there because of the water problems. So the thought was, okay, the long-term plan was, put a shelter up here where this is, put a shelter in the center so that, you know, I mean, you could watch your kid play basketball, you could watch your kid if we ever get a splash pad, you could watch your kid at the playground area, you weren't on one side trying to look across, my kid doesn't play basketball, but now they're in the 2 to 5 section, how can I watch them over at that point? So if you have a centralized shade location, whereas if you just have shade at one point and then we end up building this shelter house, like whatever we have, there's a centralized location of everything.
Is that an enclosed shelter?
Well, if we can, I mean,
I'm just saying that's what
Yeah,
you're thinking.
that was the goal.
Yes, to replace.
Enclosed shelter
And then
with,
get rid of the
big one too?
Yeah, so have like one that is enclosed and has a section on it, so like combining the two.
Okay.
On a smaller footprint.
and Brian Isaacs talked about, I don't know, I've got to get with Bob people again, three-sided,
Open.
three-sided shade. So if you just want to sit on this side and watch, if you want to sit on this side, you watch, or you can sit here, see what I mean, like 3 sides from the shade. He seemed to think that wouldn't be much more than one side of shade. See what I mean, so if you kids were here, you'd sit here. Right, your overhangs, I guess. So it doesn't matter really where the basketball court goes, I was more worried about cost of, can we afford the 2 to 5 section at this point and the demolition? You see what I mean, because if we can't afford the 2 to 5 section, but then Brian, after I got your thing today, my other question was, I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself. So you're talking 64,000, right, to install for one, or 67,000 to install one, and 112 if we install 1 and 2, right? Is that right? Am I-
Correct. If you do, if you have, yes. So for the 2 to 5 and the 5 to 12, the both phases together, the install and surfacing would be 112, and then the equipment would be 184. So you're at around 300,000 plus there would be probably 6,000 or 7,000 on freight here. I don't have a freight quote back from them yet, but you're at 185 for equipment and then the 112 for install.
So my
And then
question,
if you have others that want to come in and do the excavation, that saves you 13. And if you want to have them do the drainage, that saves you this. But like I said, that's 20 grand right there that'll save you. And we can come, by all means, we can help you and explain to them what we need done. And this site is fairly easy where the playground area is going to go.
no, because they're only doing the
And, you know, demoing everything out,
They're
but
not installing.
more than happy to do all of it. Just want to try to make it what's best for you guys.
He said that they would.
Okay, so let me ask this question, if we have to move the basketball court, right, and we've demolished all this, do you think it's worth spending the 112, let's say we can't do the 2 to 5 play feature, but is it crazy not to go ahead and do the 112 to prep the site and have it all there so that, say in 6 months, we find a grant to give us that second Because wouldn't it be crazy to do the 67 and then, oh, now we gotta go and, like, or it's not gonna be the difference, right? The 112 to 67 to add on. 'Cause you're gonna-
It's not that big of a difference, but it's also not gonna be, I mean, the way that their 2 to 5 currently is now, you do have a structure, you've got a couple of swings, and there's a fence around it, but once you go to demo that out, that's not gonna be much different, and then we can just basically add on. We can really add on very easily since we're doing mulch here and plastic borders. This section, if you watch my mouse here, this section right here, your 2 to 5 is over here. And once we do the original right here, well, see, I feel like we're flip-flopping. We're gonna move this basketball court, so this is all gonna change. So, but this is gonna be real easy to cut out and add to where this 2 to 5 stuff is at. This is gonna be simple.
The price
and
is, I think she asked if it was the difference,
Oh.
you know, from like the 112 to this, and it is. I mean,
It is, yes.
that's what, yeah.
Yes.
So as you do the next phase, it's the total, whether we do it all at once or we do it in 2 phases, is gonna come out to about that 112 number.
Okay, so it's not like you're gonna get a savings of doing it all at the same time. You see what I'm saying? It's not,
Sorry, I had to go ahead.
so you see what I'm saying? I didn't want you to be like, oh, 67,000 for this, then all of a sudden, you know, we get the second grant, okay, now you come back and I'm thinking it's gonna be the 40 some, but really it's not, now you're charging me another 67. To do the second.
It is gonna be, to do the whole area, it's gonna be a 112, however you do it. If we do
Okay.
half that now, half later, it's gonna be 112.
Okay, okay, so let's say we have enough for the 112, we have enough for the 2 features, but we don't have enough for the second set of swings and the 3 or 4 little things. You can come back and do that at some point, right? It would
And
be-
yes,
There would just be an install
Yes.
fee of, okay,
very easily actually too, because you've got the area already there, and for us to, or anybody to demo it and, you know, and add to is what makes phasing in very nice.
okay.
I have a comment. If we leave it the way it is and just put like 6 foot, 8 foot, whatever you said, around the basketball, they don't have to have room to go diving out. It's not the NBA.
No.
Just fence in the court.
Might just be, you could even just put it on the part that's affected, because it's gonna be right up
You could
against the
just
ballpark
fence two
anyway.
sides.
If you fence in the
Just
court,
fence the-
someone will get hurt running into the fence. It will happen.
One time.
Sonia,
The volleyball courts in Seymour, they play league on are fenced.
our
Ours
balls
are fenced.
Yeah, it's same thing. You just don't dive out for it. That's, I mean, I think rather than move everything around and take a chance of losing your tree and having your plumbing not right,
Right.
fence the backside and this side of your basketball court and go on. There's not league there or anything. It's just people, it's just kids playing and adults playing. It's not league or anything like that.
So going back, we talked about 6 feet from the end of the slide of the basketball court. Is that some kind of state law? Is that?
He said it was code.
It's a
Or
code
something.
thing, you have to have so much space around.
But could you go
Swing
more?
sets you can only have.
See what I mean, like, turn that back on. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So if we leave it the way it is, Brian, you know, that 2 to 5, can we shift it all to the left more? Like, I don't, you know, what I
Lou,
mean?
we can build this over if we need to.
See what I mean, like shift it all a little bit from the basketball a little bit more. Like, I know we've got the hill.
The
problem.
hill.
And you can move the shelter into the middle if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, you could do whatever. You could put the shelter in the middle. You could make the shelter bigger. You could bring it back off the parking lot further. You know, over here's where the hill's at, basically. So you could move this over almost flush with this corner here.
Okay. So basically, when we see how much money at the end of the month, how much we have, then we can decide how much we can purchase in phase 1 and then shift it.
I would suggest maybe Justin, you can confirm this, a fence between the playground and the splash pad a little. It's just nice to have that separation, because if you get all wet, you go over here with mulch and then come back and back and forth and back and forth, it just causes a problem. And then you've got, slickness on slides that you weren't prepared for. And so we try to separate that the best we can, but I think you have a very good option. We've left this little area, we left this open. It's like a sidewalk. So you could gate this or whatever you wanted to do, but this could be separated very easily along with just this area of the basketball court. I don't know that this would need to be down here, but, we can work with that, or I can change it, but you can always move this out 2 to 5 down here if you wanted to. It just obviously your corners come down, so there's not a whole lot down here left because of safety zones. The 6 foot, everything in here has to be 6 foot. So once you come down here, you take 6 foot around from all that, and you've got another room for maybe 1 or 2 more small items here. So keep that in consideration as well.
Let me ask you this, if we were to slide that over, would we be able to slide the big feature over to give a little more room between the basketball court and the slide?
I'm saying slide it all over.
Yeah, but I think you're limited on a little bit of room. If you could have maybe another foot or 2 on that side, I don't think you necessarily would need any other kind of fence. I think you would just.
That's when I try to get away from the expensive fence, because the fence is expensive.
Right.
I think your fence is more behind the goals versus necessarily on the side. To some rocks going down the field because some counts.
Well, we're not gonna have to.
But you know what I mean, like, somebody's goofing around.
I think I'm also worried about some kid being Spider-Man flying off the swings, right?
Or climbing
And it
the
seems
fence.
that's a long ways to go, but like,
Yeah, no, that's true, fences is.
Johnny Knoxville tried it as well, but people don't try it.
There's always gonna be what if.
Right, exactly.
And then you.
I will say where those swings are at, to the bottom of so to the north side of the basketball court, from the middle of the swings, you're gonna have 16 feet between, actually you're gonna have about 20 feet between the middle of the bar of the swings to the north side of that basketball court. You're gonna have 20 feet.
That's plenty.
Pretty good.
That's plenty.
Yeah. I was really just more worried about the one slide right up against it. If a kid comes down the slide, right as someone comes off the court, they collide. But, I just don't want anybody getting hurt.
And from that slide that you see next to the basketball court, that red line, that tells you you're 6 feet from the corner of that slide, so you probably are going to be about 8 feet from the edge of that slide to the basketball court as well.
So what all do we need to do tonight?
Nothing.
What's next?
We're waiting on, so the grant made it past, it's at the final stage with we got approval Thursday, okay? And now it is with, the contract amendment was submitted to the state finance department, the final step, so.
Okay. So once that gets approved, then
Then we know how much money right where we're at, and then we can go back and decide if we're doing phase 1, phase 2. Exactly. I just need basketball, because if I get rid of that basketball court, I might as well go home. Like, I need to do the basketball court in phase 1.
And you have that in your quote, or that's? a
No,
separate-
like, he can do I gotta find somebody to do the asphalt, but I don't know the size of the basketball court, so I gotta figure that out. They said Joe Sheffer can line it, I don't know if that's true or not, but I can probably ask. They said he could line it if I could just figure out the cost of the asphalt. And I need the cost of the demolition.
okay. So is
I just kinda wanted you guys to see the outline of it.
This is nice.
Yeah. Yes, no, this is, thank you very much for this presentation. I know you guys worked hard and aiming to put this together. There's been a lot of moving parts and pieces, and it's nice for the rest of the council to be able to take a look at this.
We've got 2 quick questions.
Free to reach out. Annie, if you want to share my information, they can reach out to me. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I can get you the measurements for the basketball court, so you can start looking for someone to start doing that, the asphalt for that. And then I'll get you the quote for the 2 basketball goals as well. And then you can get back with me and let me know, kind of where we're at in the budget. And but it seems as if we like this layout. Then, yeah.
Yeah, Tim, you have 2 questions?
Yeah, so 2 quick questions.
Give me 1 second. All right, go figure this out.
I just want to trust you for working this long.
All right, can you hear us? Okay.
All right, so 2 quick questions. On the equipment, they both pertain to the equipment itself. I know you went over the warranty and the longevity and everything of the equipment, and it sounds like it's over-engineered, which is good. The first question would be about maintenance, like what kind of preventative maintenance or routine maintenance can we expect? And then the second question would be, what's the closest location, and you may know this, to Brownstown, Indiana, that currently has the equipment installed? It's something we can go look at.
Justin, you can go ahead.
Yeah, so as far as preventive maintenance and routine maintenance that needs to take place, we recommend tightening the bolts on it once a month. So all the hardware on this is stainless steel. It's really nice stuff. It's got Loctite patches on it, and it takes a little while for the Loctite to set in and stay there. So as it gets hot in the summertime, sometimes it'll kind of liquefy a little bit. So tightening the bolts for once a month for a couple of years, it'll set in, and there'll be a time where you can't get a bolt out of it. But it takes a little while. As far as ropes, shades, things like that, we just recommend some basic tightening. We'll show you some of the tension that we keep on the shade sails. The more tension you keep on them, the longer they'll last. So the thing that tears up shade sails is loose fabric. Swings, we'll show you some of the basics on the swings and some inspection points to keep track of, but there's just not a lot that you have to do here. It's really basic. Cleanliness, if somebody gets something on it, you clean it off. It's kind of like paint on your car. As for the splash pad products, it's a little bit more in depth there when we get to that, depending on what kind of the system is utilized, but whether it's recirculating or it's domestic city water. But you have calcium and different deposits in the water that will stain things, and so it's just like taking care of a car. You clean it with a cleaner, and then you wax it once a year to try to maintain the UV stabilization of all the colors.
I know Bedford.
Bedford has a Volo.
Bedford has a Volo at Lincoln Elementary. Shawswick Elementary, we just did that one as well. What were the 2 other schools we did there right before I started in Bedford?
Close, it's close. It's one of the closest,
There's one that's like a center or something like that.
And all of the structures in Columbus, we've done all of Columbus. We're getting ready to redo all of their parks here pretty soon. And let's see, North Vernon. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
North Vernon, we're going to be doing the Quarry Park there, that the tri-state giant park. We've been working on that for about 2 years, so that'll be something it's not quite done yet, so you can't go see the product there, but anywhere in Bedford at the schools, Seymour Parks and Rec, we did all the parks there.
Do they have this one?
West Baden
No.
has a splash pad, and
Shellswick.
Playground. North Lawrence Independent School? Isn't
Yeah,
that what it's called?
yeah, that's it, yeah,
That's a good playground.
Yeah.
Nice playground.
yeah.
And then there was one more though.
Patricksburg and Spencer,
Bloomington?
Bloomington, there's a few there as well. I'd have to look at those names, but all around you, probably 10, if you want, I can send a list. I know it's hard unless people write it down, but I can send a list of 10 or 15 that are probably within a 45-minute radius of you guys, and where you got them and could go check out our product. But I can assure you, the way we compare is by customer service and quality of the product. If you were to look at some of our product and compare it and take two structures, one from someone else, one from us, and they were very similar, our weight would probably be an easy 15% heavier than theirs would be, and it's because of the thickness of our steel, the thickness of our plastics and things like that, because it's so much better built. And the warranty speaks for itself. We rarely have things that go wrong. Splitting and cracking of slides sometimes in plastic moldings of other vendors. It takes 2 years. You're not going to see that in 2 years from us.
All right, do we have any other questions?
Was Shawswick the same piece of equipment, the Volo or what?
Same thing, Regina.
Now, the Volo, the only one close right now for the Volo is Lincoln Elementary in Bedford. Shawswick does not have a Volo, but it has.
It's a good one to see.
It's a really good one to see. It was the biggest school project in that area, still is, but we just finished that a year and a half ago, and it's a really good one. It's got a little bit of
Good
everything.
to see how it.
Playful Pathways is the early learning center. It's in Bedford as well.
Yeah.
Bedford would probably be a good place to go, straight down 50 for you guys, and there's,
Yeah.
3 or 4
Shawswick.
places you can go to.
Yeah.
Okay, we have anything else for that?
No, thank you, appreciate
Yep,
it.
thank you very much for your time, we appreciate it.
North Lawrence Independent School, which is also in Bedford,
Yeah.
and we did a nice playground there too, so big good
And
one.
at North Vernon, Tripton Park in North Vernon, City Park in North Vernon, we did both of those. And then obviously, like I said, Seymour's real close to you. We did all the parks and recs there. And
I took a picture of the last time we played there, it's really nice.
Yep, Tripton Park, yep.
All right, well, we thank you very much for your time this evening.
all
All
right.
right, thank you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good evening.
Yeah, you too, thank you.
With Shawswick being there a year and a half, that'd be good to see the wear.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Field trip.
last time the field trip was 2 days more fun.
All right, thank you guys for bearing with me on that one, I was not
You did really good.
expecting the feedback that we had, so. Okay. All right, next up on our old business is second reading of additional appropriation ordinance 2025-11.
I'm just gonna read the totals at the bottom of each one if we're adding or reducing the appropriation, okay?
Yes.
The general fund reducing $21,282 underneath clerk. The general fund for police reducing $30,499. General fund for council reducing $7,250. Motor vehicle highway reducing $20,292. Local road and streets adding $12,000. Park and rec adding $37,434. Cemetery reducing $2,050. The Lid Economic Development adding $28,000. The Riverboat Fund adding $36,000. and the lit public safety adding $12,000. So as the second reading, we can vote and adopt tonight and sign the original.
You got your original
Uh-huh.
stuff.
And it is, assuming it gets passed tonight, we have plans to actually make the changes in the system on the 18th.
Any other questions over this? We kind of went into detail last meeting,
Yes.
so. Would there be a motion?
Motion to approve the 2025-1 additional appropriations ordinance as presented.
Okay, Chris will make the motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Brian making the second. All those in favor of approving appropriation ordinance 2025-11, say aye. All those opposed, same sign. So that passes. Pass that around for everyone to sign. Moving on under old business, stormwater drainage. We've received, Tim had received feedback, I talked with Dan as well, positive feedback about the drainage board, county drainage board, looking into adopting some of our waterways we have in drainage. And so we need to follow up with him at his meeting, probably myself, Sean, Connor, Dan, I don't know if you want to be there as well. And kind of get a map out and kind of get an idea of all the affected places that we are aware of, and some that they may know of, or just identify where we have issues and see if that's something they'd be able to address. If I have to go through and do that and go back to them and petition for them to adopt that for us. So,
When's the next meeting?
do what?
When is the next meeting? Do you know?
That is wrong.
Okay.
So hoping to set something up the next week or two with Dan.
I know that he said he'd be happy to come in and talk to us, so
Okay.
is that the next step? Maybe have him come in?
We can have them do that and then we can.
I thought they were coming today. Yeah, I thought they were coming today.
Well,
I think you may be right. I think it was supposed to.
Yeah.
I should remind him.
yeah, sort of like. what you see.
I'm gonna rock the Rhine.
Um,
I'm gonna rock the Rhine. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right, because I actually forgot that wrong. So, okay.
Okay. Do we have anything else under old business?
So as far as the minutes for that, just that you guys are gonna reach out.
Yeah, I'll reach back out to him and ask him to put him, check him on the agenda for the next meeting or the meeting after.
Okay, I'm just gonna mark it out and then.
Okay.
Okay, next up under new business, or sorry, moving on from old business, go to new business. We have a variance request from Mr. Wessel.
Getting ready to build a house on Beach Street on Poplar Cove. It's in the cul-de-sac back in there. And when those were originally laid out, they had 40-foot setbacks on just the cul-de-sac, and the rest of the streets are 30 or 25. We initially did one in 2021 for the Browns and pulled it forward, and now we've got the last lot in there. It's really difficult to get a house to fit on there without doing another one. I've been working with Jonathan Isaacs. It's kind of bringing up for everybody. I didn't think about that. I wouldn't pass it around. But that's the revised one, and we were asking for, it's 8 feet from the EP to where the property starts with a 2-foot gutter, and then it's another 12 feet utility easement. So we're asking for a 12-foot offset, which is, you add all that together as a minimum. We probably won't do the 12-foot. He said to just ask for the minimum. And these are concepts that he gave us. That's the minimum with the 12 foot, using a 21-foot line. I don't like that one. We're thinking something in between those two. But he said if you just ask for the minimum, then we can always go move it further back. And the amendment, and there's all the property owners and everything.
I know we did something similar to that
On the Brown, Kurt Johnny Brown. Those are just some variations Jonathan gave me, but he said, just ask for the 12.
Okay.
We'll probably be further back than that, because I think 12 is too close. That only gets us 21 feet off the actual back of the curb.
Okay. I know in the past, that was kind of done through Connor and our building and zoning. Have you had a chance to speak?
Yep, I've been talking to Connor.
Okay,
He's been talking to Jonathan, and
okay.
they told me this is what I needed to do, so.
What's your timeline for building?
We're supposed to close Friday, start digging Thursday.
Okay.
I've got 3 more signatures to get, so it would be, if you approved or did anything, it's still pending those signatures.
Okay.
It's been hard to find everybody this summer on vacation, and one's coming back tonight from Florida. I was gonna run over there to get my notary. It's hard to place a house on an arc when you got a setback, because the house isn't square, so even if the minimum, the house is just gonna get further away from the radius.
Yeah.
So the minimum it would be the 12 foot plus the 8 plus the 21 feet-ish at the minimum. But we were figuring it'd probably be closer to like 26, 28, I'm guessing. Jonathan said, go ahead and get this approved, and we'll go out there, we'll set it up, bring the property owners who's buying the house, and see what they think, what variations they like. But we didn't want to present something to them and then not know if we could get it approved.
Is this closer to the road than what we did on the last one, on the Brown property?
I'm sorry.
Does this move that up closer than what the Brown property was?
Yeah, we moved it up closer, and their house is way back in there now, but it was 25 feet.
And you're asking for 12 on this one, from the curb?
It's 12 from the property line,
Okay.
because we can't go any closer than 12 from the property line because there's a 12-foot utility easement in there. That's the minimum. We can go back. Then there's 8 feet from there, from the property pin to the actual edge of pavement. It's 8 feet.
Okay.
Or to the back of the curb, and then the curb is, what, 18 inches, 2 feet, I didn't measure. We're 99.9% sure we're not gonna do the 21 feet. The 21 feet is with the 12-foot minimum. Does all that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay. You're adding all the distances up. We couldn't go closer to 12 feet if we wanted to, because that easement, the utilities in there with the sewer and everything. We wouldn't want to anyways. We want to get out there, once we get it approved, and actually set it up, stand out there and make it look right with everything on both sides.
I think one of them's already moved out.
Who?
Coopers?
Coomers, they were supposed to be back tonight.
I think, okay.
Yeah, they've already moved out, but they still own,
They still own the property,
they
right?
still own the property on the corner, so I gotta get with them.
Okay.
What is the easement now?
What's the setback now? 25 feet.
And you wanna take it to 12?
And land in between, is what you're saying, and you want to land in between there, kind of?
Yeah.
You're saying,
Because it's,
Ask for
like I say, it's
all
kind of
the-
odd, it's hard to place a house on a radius and make
no,
it,
right.
you gotta skew it a little bit.
I guess Rutger, remind me again, so was it before, but did we do that whole cul-de-sac last time to 25? Did we change it from something to 25?
You did the Browns, and we had rolled that one into it from 40 to 25.
Now we need to
Because
go
40
from
was
25.
ridiculous,
Right, now we need to go from 25 to 12.
to 12.
Okay. Yeah, that's a small lot there, right?
It's very small in the front, that's the trouble we're having. And it all depends on the house, the layout of the house too, like the Browns have that garage all the way out front, you know, the design. He's put the actual house design outlay of the new house. That house has a smaller footprint, we had a custom design for them, it's only got 1,000 square feet on the first level, but it's a 2-story, which I think will look real nice in there. It won't be cookie cutter.
I guess it's a longer driveway, we get it back there a little further, but
We're trying to get them more yard too. They've got little kids. We've already closed on the lot, and now we're getting ready to close, got it scheduled to close Friday, when the construction line gets started. And this isn't for me, this is for Wetzel Builders. I'm not the builder. I just represent them.
Was there a motion on the variance?
Pending all the other three signatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be subject to their signature. I told everybody that. It's just been hectic finding everybody, dragging a notary with me.
I'll move to approve the variance.
And they put the motion. Is there a second?
I see.
Chris is making the second. All those in favor of the variance, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. And so that passes.
And the building permitting will go through you anyways, right? Or is Connor still taking care of that?
Connor,
For-
so
For us.
Pardon?
On our, ours on our.
on our behalf, but.
On your behalf, he's still doing, okay.
But it'll come-
It's been 3 years since I did one, I haven't changed.
Yeah, he's your.
He'll fill it all out, but you have to come here to pay and pick up
Okay,
your permit and all that.
and you'll have to approve that too, and you'll see, then we'll know exactly where the house is gonna be as far as the setbacks and everything.
Yeah.
So, give you more taxes money to play with. You wanna keep those, I don't care.
No.
Okay.
What is more, can you get more?
Do
Yeah.
I?
Tax money.
Yeah. You come back every month, that's the thing.
I need to find some more lots, you guys know what they're doing? That's the last lot in Brownstown.
I was gonna say. They're few and far between right now.
Hmm?
They're few and far between.
They are, we're having trouble, I've got a lot of buyers that wanna build in this town, but. That it?
That's it?
I appreciate it,
Thank
everybody.
you for your patience.
Alright, moving on to new business, Union Vine Street stop sign, it's a leader.
She had a family emergency and cannot be here tonight. She apologized, and she's gonna probably reschedule for the next one, but she'll call me.
Did she say if it's getting better?
She said nothing but her emergency issues. She didn't talk about the issue at all. She just said
Oh,
family emergency that came up, yeah.
I know, I'm not taking an earful, but, one of the, some of the travels that, maybe equipment, was displeasure just because you're trying to get up, but all of a sudden you're higher up and it stops, and then you gotta start, so you're gonna hear the engine rev, or you're coming up from the top, and also you're coming down, and it's just real quick right there. He's worried about someone coming from behind that doesn't see them stopping, so.
Can we put a stop ahead, I mean,
There is a stop, it's stop.
is there a stop ahead
Yeah, they,
coming from out of town?
I didn't know that
direction
one.
yet.
I think that's the bigger concern
That's
around
So
that
they put the
corner.
stop ahead sign
Coming out
right there,
across the
bridge.
Yes, but coming from the railroad, like from out of town.
Yeah, because you pop over that hill and it's there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
The other thing we discussed was not putting it on there, putting it at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
And I
Don't remember what I meant, but.
think about people on that being good. I mean, that could be something that we,
well, I will say it makes it better pulling out down there now off of Bridge Street, looking up and, actually seeing them stop, which, but before you
I think
just,
it'll
if
be
you caught them
interesting
coming
once the
over.
school traffic starts tomorrow to see how, because that was our thought with is that Oak Street and Ewing intersection versus Vine and Ewing.
there's a lot of people that use that going in and out.
Well, and you have some, yeah, a lot more traffic
Yeah.
on that curve. But,
I think it'll get better once more people know it's there too.
right, with everything.
Okay.
Let's put a roundabout in.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got some sewer adjustments. 4 for pool fills and 1 for rusted hose.
I say, I didn't make a copy of those for you guys, send them.
As long as we can look at it.
There's a leak, water was busted. See if there's anything
Wait,
else.
bring that one up.
Anything.
You see the, yeah. The rest of them are.
Usually some maintenance. On this time you can do it, repair it for a whole thing. That's more than negligence.
That water's just, quite a larger than the rest of them. That pool.
There was one last time that was like that, I think it's the size. And if you drain it all the way down or not,
Mm.
at the end, in the winter, some people do, some people don't.
And these are all within Kathy checks the
Yes, she does.
12-month or lifetime, however it is. Lifetime.
Is it all right?
Calendar.
What the water was on.
That one,
I don't think the first one qualifies. Is it?
Like negligence and.
Right.
If the water
Yeah.
goes on, that's kind of,
Well, it's also one of those where if you leave it on again, it can be a lot worse.
Source of the leak. To a leak.
I'll do these
It's
in
not a
part.
leak, it was just, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a motion to approve all four of the full pool fills. Those are easy.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, Tim, thank you for the motion. Brian, thank you for the second. All those in favor of approving the sewer bill adjustments for the pool fills, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign, and so that passes. We need more information on the other,
I think there's information there, it's just a
Yeah,
little.
it's just not,
not qualified,
right. Based off of the
based off of that.
current regulation, how to do it.
Okay. Is that one we need to get back with the property owner?
I would propose we talk to the property owner, let them know it doesn't technically qualify. If they still wanna do it, technically it didn't go through our sewers, so didn't pay for it. So I guess we could have a little leeway to approve it, but I would remind them it's something, it's only $45 you're asking for. So if something bad happens and you got a $700 bill next time, within the next 12 months, there's no exception, you have to pay that one.
Well, starts over, Jamie.
Stuff doesn't, do
Calendar year,
once per calendar year? Okay, good.
still, yeah, I see what you're
That
saying.
happens between now and then.
Oh, yeah.
So it's up to you, I mean, like, technically, it doesn't, from what we read there, it appears that it was not a maintenance issue, it was someone left the hose on.
Because there's no repair on there, and you.
Or lease versus, I think that over.
Right, but
over
people have to
says
prove
lease.
to you they repaired it, there's no repair.
Right.
And it says that the hose busted because it was left on. That doesn't- I mean, if they want to reach out to them and ask them for more details, and, what we have right now, I think we're not good.
Okay.
Alright. Is there anything else under new business?
We adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I have, it's not under new business, but I would just like to say anything.
Okay.
I signed up for the conference next week, It's all week in French Lick. I only signed up for the State Board of Accounts school for the clerk treasurers. So I will leave like midday on Monday, and then the school's all day Tuesday, all day Wednesday. Next week. And the Duke, I sent some information to Tim. Did you share that at all? I just sent it to you.
I was actually gonna bring it up, forgot again, so, but no, I'll let you share it.
It appears that we are getting the lower rate now from Duke, and it looks pretty good.
Couple $1,000 a month lower.
Yeah, so I'm tracking it on a spreadsheet, we'll watch it closely, make sure.
Good.
And then, Reedy's has not been able to get here to look at the rebate thing yet.
We gotta push that, so next time I'm afraid we're gonna miss a deadline or something. It's a chunk of change.
Yeah.
Yes, I have another very, very important thing that they were supposed to look into that they've not been back.
Have you asked him to come down, or?
He's not been back yet. Tyler's coming on the 18th to enter all the variations to, and then I'll bring it up to him. I mean, I can call him this week.
Who is your guy going on, Kevin?
Kevin? Yeah.
I don't know him, I know Jerry, I'll reach out to Jerry and see if he can find out why Kevin's not coming down here.
I mean, he came down, just for like half a day last week, I think, and worked on the, Bank 2 and Bank 1 statement, got those done.
But he didn't talk about the wastewater.
No, he didn't talk about.
Has he ever talked about that? Cause I wanna make sure, is he even the guy? When you talk
He's
about-
the guy
Okay.
that supposedly has done it with, for someone else, another business or another community, whatever, whoever for.
Okay. I'll reach out to Jerry and just see if he can remind him that we need to talk to him ASAP about this, because like I said, I don't want to miss the deadline.
Or at least verify when the deadline is and see how much time we have.
Yeah, I don't know,
To
right.
make sure,
Yeah.
but you better get it sooner than later, so we get it.
We were not eligible to get it until this year, right? Because we missed last year by a month or two or something.
Correct.
Now, this is our first year to file this
Yeah.
because of the finish date. But I don't know how much we're going to get to make that happen.
Because
That's all I had. I want to let you know I'd be gone
The 12th and the 13th.
half a day on the 11th and the 12th and 13th for the State Board of Accounts school. Because we do have an audit coming up. They're starting to give me information to compile. They're not giving me an audit date, but just some stuff to be able to look out for. So I think it's a perfect time to go to the school.
I think anything you can do at that time, I think is great. And we have a budget on it.
It said, on the information, it says that they highly recommend bringing like your utility clerk with you or your assistant or whatever, but since she's retiring, I don't see that we should.
You get an understanding for it and then know what next time.
That's all I have.
Okay.
did check my text messages and you are correct. Dan was supposed to be here tonight, so I'll remind him, but I forgot.
Anything else? If not,
Motion to adjourn.
Chris would like that. Second. Brian, for a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.